19 till the hour here at the IMUS American program. Please welcome the senior business correspondent, Fox News, Charlie Gasparino. Good morning, Mr. Gasparino.
Let me just finish my paper first.
What are you reading?
What do you got here? I got something about Christie. Did you guys have that guy on? Has he ever gone on your show?
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
Oh, Chris Christie?
Yeah.
Oh, well, come on.
Let me tell you what happened when he was running against, who was the guy who was running against that slime ball?
Corzine.
Yeah.
And they were making fun of him because he had no chance.
Mm-hmm.
Why were they making fun of him?
Well, he was fat.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other stuff. So we had him on the program.
Didn't he have the surgery?
Well, this is years
Yeah.
ago he's
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
This years ago, we had him on the program. And he was charming and self-effacing, and it got him elected. It started him on the road.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that?
He is an amazing retail politician.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he can charm anybody. He's very good in small settings. I think that tough guy act, I just saw him on.
It's not an act.
Okay, it is, because he's got three goons behind him with no necks, and they're like staring at the guy. So he can be really tough and scream at this guy.
Could be you and Cavuto standing behind him.
Yes, but and he would act the same way,
Yes.
But I mean, those guys were like they were snarling, and I know the guy was a pain in the rear end, but there's got to be, if you're going to be a tough guy, you don't kill Bambi with a howitzer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it looked like overkill, and it looked like it's all for effect because he's done. He's not going to. I'm telling you, there's no way that guy can win a Republican primary.
Really?
Impossible. If you're going to be best friends with Andrew Cuomo, if you're not going to support the New York gubernatorial candidate, the Republican New York gubernatorial candidate, a guy named Rob Astorino, who's not exactly some sort of a right-wing nut. I mean, this guy's a very centrist guy.
Yeah.
He's a county executive from Westchester County. He purposely is not funding him because he's friends with Cuomo. If you're going to do that, you can't be a Republican. Now, he may run as an independent. I have no idea. But how he gets away with, if he thinks he's going to have like sway in the Republican primary, which is, a party of the West and the South, just because, he gets money from Ken Langone. You know what's interesting? Ken Langone, the former Home Depot guy,
Yeah.
When you want to look for a nexus between Andrew Cuomo and Christie, it's Ken Langone, a benefactor of both of them.
Yeah.
Ken Langone runs something called Republicans for Cuomo, which is such an absurd thing. I've never heard anything so dumb before in my life, other than the stupid comment Hillary made about job creation the other day. That's maybe dumber. But, he's the nexus between those two. And, he basically dissed a decent Republican, and I think he'll pay for that.
Think he'd be a good president?
No, I think it'd be horrible.
Really?
I don't. Listen, I don't know what he stands for, to be honest with you. I mean, he's not been. I mean, listen, for all his tough talk and everything, New Jersey, from a fiscal standpoint, is not all that much different than when Corzine ran it. I mean, it's a little different. He's not raising taxes every 3 years, thank God. But he really can't in this with their economy. The economy's not doing so great. I see a lot of bluster and not a lot of results.
You know who I think would be a great president?
Who?
Hillary Clinton. I'll
No,
tell you why.
She'd be a horrendous president.
Let me tell you why.
She's even worse than him.
Why I like the Clintons?
Right.
Because they will kill their friends. So they have killed their friends. So they kill ISIS and those people. So on that basis alone.
Well, I don't know. I mean, listen, when you come out and you say corporations don't create jobs, I mean,
Well, that's dumb.
It is dumb. Now think about how her husband might have, threaded that needle if he wanted to appeal to the far left of the parties. By the way, the far left of the party, I write a column in the New York Post today about this, is the party. I mean, what's great.
You have a column in the New York
Yes,
Post?
let me just
All right.
let me make this point.
Did you read anything else in the Post this morning?
No.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
What did I read this morning? I think I read the Times this
Okay.
morning and the Journal. The liberal media sits there and attacks the Tea Party and the Republican Party for being sort of a captive of extremists, which it really isn't. The Democratic Party is the captive of extremists, like Comrade Bill de Blasio, our mayor in New York City, who's essentially a socialist. Those are the people that are driving the agenda, the environmentalists, the far left, the labor unions. It's not the centrist Clinton. So if Hillary wins, and she might win, she will be, her right-hand person, the person she's going to be getting phone calls from, will be Elizabeth Warren, not the centrist that Bill Clinton dealt with.
Now, this divorce you're covering on Wall Street.
Oh, I heard you guys talking about poop this morning.
I don't know anything about it. I mean, Dagan, I don't know anything about anything.
You know what's scary about Dagan?
Who's getting divorced?
Just let me tell you what's scary about
I don't think we have
Dagan.
enough time for that.
I tweeted a million things out yesterday. She focused on one, something to do with defecation.
Right. Well,
Okay.
Okay.
Now, why is that?
So who's getting divorced?
Well, it's a senior banker at a fairly large company called Jeffries and Company. So he's getting now. Listen, Wall Street divorces are, it leaks out. It's messy, and but this one took the cake because his wife gave a deposition. I guess it's sworn. Lawyer put it out there, put it on Google or something
Well,
like that.
depositions are sworn ordinarily.
Right, usually.
All the ones
they
I've
do-
had to give.
Yeah, right. Well, sometimes they give interviews and it's not sworn,
okay.
but it's the same thing. I don't think there's a material difference. And then she filled it with everything from foursomes to lesbian sex, him allegedly. These are all allegations. I mean, I wasn't in the room.
Right.
To
sure.
him,
Right.
I think I heard Bernie in the background, and to him, apparently being so drunk he both defecated and urinated in his pants. Now, he did it when he did it.
That's unfortunate.
Now, I think his pants were
happens.
on while he did it.
Messy.
I don't think he did it in front of anybody.
Oh, okay.
I man can
So
relate to
that's
that.
better.
Your
But
thoughts on
there's
that?
some what, Bernie?
Bernie, that's better, right?
Yeah. Well, the boys can relate to that back in the day,
That is really.
Now, wait a second. I just want to point out, guys, these are just allegations.
Yeah, no, we
course.
understand.
I mean, we have no proof, and he's denying a lot of this stuff. But I will say this: for someone that if she made it up, she had such specificity. I mean, it was like weird. It was like if you read this thing. I read the deposition yesterday, and she had every detail of how he did what he did between the coke, the defecation, the mushrooms, the foursomes. Yeah, it was him. He apparently, according to her, allegedly, he asked his wife to have sex with this client to get some business, some guy that runs a pharmaceutical company. And before they did that, they both went up to a hotel room with 2 different beds. He asked the wife to have, fool around with the pharmaceutical guy's girlfriend. So there was a little lesbian stuff there.
Okay.
And then they went and they did their foursome, and then they went back to themselves. They
Sweet.
Cool.
Tag team.
Well, the Republicans are going to take over the Senate.
probably.
What difference will it make?
I think at the margins it's good if you're a free market person. I think it will stop some of the excesses of Obamonomics and Obamanism. I mean, and I think having a bigger voice is a good thing. I mean, getting rid of Harry Reid has got to be one of the worst legislators in the world. I mean, God, the guy is he's just pathetic, and
Mitch McConnell's going to be a lot better.
I think so.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I think I
asking-
think he's smarter, and I think he's.
I'm praying to Jesus that he loses. I want the Republicans to take over, but I want Mitch to
Why?
go down. I don't know. He's just an abhorrent individual.
Mitch McConnell's abhorrent. I can think of
I-
so many more people that are abhorrent,
Oh well, yeah, of course.
like Andrew Cuomo.
oh yeah, he's horrid.
and like Chris Christie and.
No, I love Chris Christie. So.
Do you really? I saw him one day, and we were before I got thrown out of that thing in Idaho, the media conference.
Yeah.
I was at a restaurant.
We're causing trouble, by
I
the
did
way.
not
Like-
cause trouble.
Well, yeah,
they
okay,
attacked
sorry.
my producer, and I almost kicked some fat cop's rear end. Okay.
okay. No.
Who, by the way, had a resemblance.
We have to go
Chris
in
Christie.
10 seconds.
Okay. Anyway, I saw him having dinner with Mark Zuckerberg.
Right.
Okay. All the plates were on Christie's side of the table.
That'll be fine.
Come on, Charlie.
Charlie Gasparino, call him in the Post today, and he's on Fox all the time. 10 minutes now till the hour.